I listen to a lot of beats from my subscribers every week, and the most popular topic I'm always giving feedback on is mixing. Even if you have the most perfect melody or the best drum bounce, it all goes down the drain with a bad mix. Most of these issues I see over and over again. So I'm going to show you the most common mixing mistakes producers fall for and show you how to steer clear away from them. First thing you need to understand before anything technical is what makes a good mix. I covered this in the last video, but it's all in your sound selection. Think of it like baking a cake, because for some reason baking and music metaphors always work. If you only use terrible ingredients, obviously the cake is gonna taste horrible. It's the same thing with mixing. If you choose bad sounds, when it comes time to mix it, you're gonna have a difficult time. And this is where people get really frustrated and confused. So to show you how much this actually matters, I made two versions of the same beat. The first one has poorly selected sounds, but the second one has high quality sounds that were designed to sound good in any situation. I'm in Batman mode right now. Don't mind me. Anyway. It's an entire
another one
DJ Khaled of a difference between the two beats. With bad sounds, people think they gotta add all these EQs and compressors and FX to make it sound good, when really you're just overcompensating for poor choices. The solution? Use sounds that are already mixed well, because you know you can trust them. My personal go-to is the iconic drum kit. That's what you heard in that second beat that actually sounded good. Every drum in there is mixed to hit in an addicting way. There's a reason this beat I did for Shoreline Mafia is the most streamed song on the album. Those drums are hitting. It just came out 2 weeks ago. If you want to make addicting beats with that clean, crisp sound, Iconic's gonna do it for you. Link down below. Use code TAKE10 for a special discount just for you. I had the Iconic drum kit in my pocket when I got shot, and it saved my life. No lies told. Thank you very much, Savvy9. So with that, we can move on to the more technical issues and how to fix them. Muddiness. These are frequencies you don't want to hear too much of in the beat, because they make everything sound cluttered and thick in a very bad way. I don't really know what the baking metaphor for this is. Maybe you put way too much flour. So with this beat example here, we have two things that are terribly off about this mix. Let's listen. The instruments are way too loud, and this is a problem that I see in so many beats. The piano is just overpowering all the drums. Listen again. Now the second problem that we're facing, again, is with the instruments here. There's a good amount of muddy and low frequencies that are clashing with the 808. So let's fix these problems. We're going to head into the mixer, and the first thing that I'm going to do is actually set my levels. So I solo all my instruments first, go back into the mixer, go to the master, and look at the level. I find that a great place for your instruments to be is right in between -6 and -9 decibels. So right here. So I'll select both of them and drop them down. See, and now they're hitting right there in between -6 and -9. So now when we play it with the rest of the beat, the drums will actually have room to breathe. So now the mix is less overpowered by the instruments alone, but we still have a pretty big problem to address, and that's the muddy frequencies. We're going to open up Fruity Parametric EQ2. I like this EQ because it's very visual. It allows you to see the frequencies in the actual plugin. So muddy frequencies are usually located right around 300 Hertz in your EQ. I'll raise this up and narrow down that band so you guys can really hear what mud sounds like. I'll just drop down and also cut the low end. If you cut too much of that mud out, it just makes it sound thin. So you want to be careful before and after. And here's with the EQ on. Turning the instruments down and taking out that mud allows these iconic drums to shine the way that they need to. That should help you get a cleaner mix. Today's just about a few tips, but if you want to go much more in depth, I have basic, advanced, and vocal mixing courses in my online class, alongside the other 100 course videos covering everything about music production. I bring it up because the class just turned 3 years old, so it's the lowest price it's ever been before. 50% off with code BIG50. Link down below. It's not going to be available much longer. Plus, all full access members get the iconic drum kit included free. All right, it's time to address something everyone struggles with, and that's 808s. Now, this is a mixing video, so I won't go on a rant about out of key 808s and all that. We don't want to hear any more out of key bullshit after this video, okay? We're tired of it. We really are. This is about finding that perfect volume. Trust me, this is something people have a really hard time with. All right, so we got a new beat here. All the drums are from Iconic, especially the 808. I already have the pattern done. We just gotta figure this out. I'll first show you what it is when it's too low and too weak sounding. You can't be afraid to push those drums up. But before we get there, I'll show you what it sounds like when it's way too high. Probably turn your volume down first. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I do live streams every single week listening to my subscribers' beats. I get a good handful that sound just like that. I get a good handful with the 808 way too low. We gotta solve this problem. Remember my trick about setting the levels between -6 and -9 on the master. See, it's right in that pocket. Oop, my voice messed it up, but you saw it. And now I can add the drums in that 808. That's the perfect spot to get that nice crispy sound in the beat. And of course, with the 808s from Iconic, they're designed and made to do that. I want it just at that point where it clips a tiny bit to give it that crispy sound. It's like bacon, you know, you don't want to undercook your bacon. You don't want to cook the bacon until it's black and burnt out, right? But some people like it a little crispy, so you know, you just cook it a little bit longer than the other pieces. You're gonna get that nice crisp. Now here's the other thing. A lot of people like to eat bacon with eggs, right? So the eggs in this situation is the open hat. The open hat makes the 808 so much better, especially the one from Iconic. You hear it? The last mixing issue we're gonna look at, unfortunately, makes me very upset every time I hear it. Would you believe me if I told you people are putting reverb on their kicks and their snares and their hi-hats, and not in a cool kind of creative way, in a what the fuck are you doing kind of way? Yeah, so I'm being dead serious when I say I've heard beats that sound like this. What the fuck? What a horrible way to ruin the Iconic drum kit. Don't do this. On the kick, what is that? Oh, reverb. On the snare, reverb. On the hi-hat, reverb. What? It's crazy, but there are people out there who actually say, yeah, I put reverb on all my drums just to give it that atmosphere. No, just listen to what it does to the mix. It just, that mud sound is coming back. It's cluttering. It's overpowering with just space that you don't need, especially for trap music. You're not putting reverb on your drums. This is what it should sound like. Let me show you an actual acceptable creative way that you can use reverb on your drums if you have to. At the end of every 4 or 8 bars, we'll use this as an example, I might make the snare pattern unique. Clone my snare here from Iconic, add this one to the last note or whatever, yeah, you get it. Link this one to its own track in the mixer, and I'm gonna put some reverb on this one, maybe like 10% mix level or something. A clap from Iconic 2, layer that one with it, send it to the same reverb track. Just a little sprinkle of reverb into the next section, kind of like a transition sound. You got to be intentional with it, be creative with it, and make sure that it makes sense and actually sounds good. Use great sounds, watch out for the mud, get your 808 levels right, and stop being weird with FX. I'm hoping this video could help you guys out. For more information on mixing and full course videos to help you get better as a producer, check out the online class at its lowest price ever, 50% off with code BIG50, and step up your drum game with the Iconic drum kit. Use code TAKE10 for a special discount. Links down below. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. It's Chambers, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.